Welcome back to the Armchair Meddler, where I review news videos, usually of a sensational nature, and I give you my opinion. Even though you ask for my opinion, that's what makes me an Armchair Meddler. Okay, so we have a new video today. Let's see, what is it? They don't do anything. Oakland businesses frustrated with police response to burglary surge. Okay. So before we get into this video, I want to remind you that I have not watched it beforehand, so I will be experiencing it along with you for the very first time. But before we do that, make sure you're subscribed. Also press that like button. Now let's not delay. Let's get right into the video.
Some call it an epidemic of commercial burglaries in the city of Oakland.
Yeah, business owners say they feel like it's open season with little consequences.
KTVU investigative reporter Evan Cernovsky took a closer look at this spike in crime and also the calls for police to do more.
An organized team of burglars caught on security camera. Within seconds, they forced their way into Salam Halal Market in West Oakland, searching for money and other valuables, before setting their sights on a cash machine.
Too much mess. We tired of this.
Ali Shami said the burglary last month was the third time he's been hit in recent months, leaving his store in shambles. He already doesn't sell cigarettes, tobacco, or liquor, and he's since got rid of the ATM the criminals kept going after.
Take the machine out, put sign outside, no ATM, no cash back, and no cash in the store.
But when it comes to getting help from police, he said he's been on his own.
They don't do anything. They just give us a report. Last time, they just throw the report under the door.
We spoke to several Oakland small business owners like Shami who say they're under siege. In most cases, police don't show up. And when they do, owners say they don't collect things like videos, fingerprints, or other physical evidence.
Wow. Okay. So, yeah, this is very disturbing to see this. It just looks like it's a field day for criminals. Yeah, if the city and the police aren't going to do anything, it's really the police who are basically taking directives from the mayor's and the city council's office. I'm sure Oakland is most likely has defunded their police, so this is the result. But yeah, these shop owners are going to have to take matters into their own hands. I know that a lot of them, they can't afford security other than say like an alarm, which what's the point if the police don't respond? But I believe an affordable option would be to get a guard dog. Okay, guard dog that can be in the store, say like a Rottweiler or a German Shepherd, maybe a Belgian Malinois, something that when somebody pulls up to the door, guess what? That dog is going to bark at them like crazy, and they are not going to go into that store. But anyhow, let's continue.
Last month, officers didn't bother lifting prints or booking this crowbar into evidence in one of 4 recent burglaries at 7th Street Food and Liquor, half a mile away.
The criminals are getting away while the business owners are suffering.
Last year, commercial burglaries shot up 76% in Oakland. But most victims tell KTVU they're directed to file police reports online and rarely interact with actual officers.
We are taxpayers, we are business owners, we are the backbone of the city of Oakland.
We filed a public records request to find out just how many of these cases Oakland police are actually solving, especially cases where victims are told to file reports online. But officials tell us that because of a recent ransomware attack, their computers are frozen and they can't search any of their records. Oakland police would not go on camera for our story, but in a statement, officials said they identify crime patterns and shift resources when necessary. The department said it gives the same level of attention to online police reports as it does in-person reports. But historically, Oakland Police's solve rate is abysmally low. According to the State Department of Justice, Oakland Police solved just 1.5% of burglaries the year before the latest surge hit.
The police feel overwhelmed. They feel short-staffed, unsupported, but that doesn't negate your responsibility for doing a good quality job on the calls that you are dispatched to or that you're involved in.
So the thing is that they're understaffed. They're understaffed, no doubt, from defund the police. Okay, this is the result of defunding the police department. When you defund the police department, you end up with less police, and this is the result. there's less resources to go around.
Jeffrey Lohman is a retired Oakland police captain who headed the Criminal Investigations Division. He said collecting physical evidence is crucial to get the upper hand in investigations.
So it becomes a springboard for identifying suspects in not only these burglaries, but other crimes.
He said police prioritize calls for violent crimes in progress, but he wonders if they're striking the right balance.
When the police department doesn't have an effective crime reduction strategy that is specifically targeting burglaries, it sends the message to would-be thieves that they can continue business without threat of being arrested, incarcerated, or punished for any of their crimes.
We've tried for decades to get grocery stores and other kinds of convenience stores and good markets to come into West Oakland and East Oakland, and they come, they get robbed, and they leave.
Greg McConnell owns a consulting business and has worked with developers and businesses for decades in Oakland. He said the consequences of the burglary epidemic has been catastrophic, especially in underserved communities like East and West Oakland.
Every one of these storefronts that is closed down is a failure of the city, and it hurts the city. Hurts mostly the people that live in the neighborhood because they don't have services.
Ali Al-Basiri with the Bay Area Small Merchants Chamber of Commerce said most of the business owners he knows are taking a hard look at their bottom line and wondering if they will be able to stay in Oakland for the long term.
All the stores are being burglarized from East Oakland to West Oakland. All the small grocery store owners are really suffering, and most of them are thinking of probably going out of business because of this.
In Oakland, Evan Cernovsky, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, I just believe this is not going to get any better. Like I said, those shop owners are just going to have to take matters into their own hands. The most affordable solution that I can think of would be a dog. Okay, it works cheap. It's not going to complain about its job. So yeah, that's going to be the most affordable solution. Other than that, private security, but I doubt that these shops can afford the overnight private security. But all I can say is get a dog, and that should solve the break-ins, because the city does not have your back. So yeah, it's shameful. I feel sad for these shop owners because they're trying to make a living, and yeah, the city isn't helping them at all. That's the way it seems. But anyhow, that's going to wrap up this episode of the Armchair Meddler. Once again, if you aren't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also press that like button, and we'll see you on the next episode.